105.92. That was interesting. Welcome to the Push a Wild Black Show, people. I'm your host, Christian, and this is the Game 4 NBA Finals podcast. And I don't know. I didn't expect this to happen, although I didn't know this was going to happen just because I didn't know how. It all depended on who was going to play. They have been hyping up KD returning since Game 3 of the Finals. Because they were like, we're going to give him as much rest as we can until we need him. And then it was going to be a hype. It was going to be a situation where he was going to play in Game 3. He didn't play in Game 3. Then he was going to be evaluated after Game 3 that Thursday. And you find out that he wasn't going to be able to play after the evaluation. So then Looney was they didn't know about Looney, they didn't know about Clay, because Clay had the hamstring injury. So when Clay had the hamstring injury, they were going to check if he was available. He was cleared to play today, so he was able to play. So when he was able to play and start, I was like, okay, Steph had 47 last game. Didn't think Steph was going to have a 47-point performance, but I figured Steph and Clay was going to have, 30 plus, and then a role player was going to step up, and everything was going to be fine. They tied the series two games all. Everybody goes to Toronto, and then we see what happens. What happened was Golden State started out real well in the first half, and then Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto defense took over, and they were able to get a lead. Kawhi Leonard ended up with 36, and Serge Ibaka in 22 minutes had 20 points, and Siakam played okay. He had 19 points. And they were still able to defend Kyle Lowry, and Van Vliet was able to guard Steph Curry well. Steph had 27. Clay had 28. Clay started out well, but it seems like to me, because of the offense, Clay will start out real well, but then they won't really keep giving him the ball. So it seems like he'll start out well, and then they'll kind of trail off him a little bit, and he won't score. He won't have a real opportunity to take over a game. I know their offense really isn't set up like that unless something special happens, but I don't know. It just always seemed weird to me that even though even though Clay or Steph starts off well, it seems like with Clay sometimes he kind of trails off a little bit. Toronto's defense has been a problem for Golden State, and everybody's saying they need Kevin Durant, and they might very well need Kevin Durant just because Kevin Durant's defense is important, and Kevin Durant's offense is important, because no one is able to really slow down Kawhi Leonard when he goes on a tear, really. But the problem that I'm seeing with this whole Kevin Durant thing is, how healthy is he going to be coming into Game 5? How much rust is he gonna have? I know that everybody says that's their only hope, but I was very surprised because Game 3, it seemed like that no one was able to shoot well, and there was no real, other than Steph, no one was really able to do anything for the game. And for this game, Clay started out well. Steph had a bad shooting night, but he had 27 points. Clay started out shooting better, especially from three. He had six. He was 6 out of 10, while Steph was 2 from 9. And Clay had 18 shots. Steph had 22, and Looney had 10. They don't really have a third guy to give you 20 points or more. But it seemed like from watching the games that there was a little bit more balanced than game 3. But it still seemed like that it wasn't enough consistently. Whereas with Toronto, it seemed like with Toronto, everybody there was more of an offensive balance. Plus you had Kawhi Leonard with 36. I don't know how you're going to stop, because it's been Kawhi Leonard and Siakam for most of the series. Serge Ibaka dropping 20 points in 22 minutes was key. Lowry having 10 points. Van Vliet defending Steph and having 8 points. Danny Green didn't have a good game. He only had 3 points. He didn't shoot. He was 1 for 7 for 3. What if he has a crazy game again? Like, this was a game that Golden State Warriors should have won, because in game 3, everybody had crazy games. Everybody did. This was kind of more. It was more people scoring, but this wasn't like the crazy game. Game 3 was the crazy game for people. This really wasn't it. And it seemed like that once Kawhi Leonard got off and started scoring a little bit, then everybody else kind of just was more balanced. And it didn't seem like no one was taking over the game or helping Kawhi Leonard. It just seemed like the role players didn't have as big of a game than game 3, but it seemed like it was more people scoring. They need a third guy. It's not even about like whether or not KD's there. It's just who else is gonna, because DeMarcus Cousins isn't giving you anything if you're Golden State at all. He had a couple moments in game 2, but he really hasn't been giving you anything, and it's different. I don't know. I have faith that Golden State might be able to pull it off, but they're in trouble. And I don't even think if Kevin Durant decides to play, or if he's eligible to play, I don't think it matters, because you really don't know how healthy he's going to be. You don't know how rusty he's going to be. You know what I'm saying? The idea that Kevin Durant is just going to automatically come in and make you, a team to beat the Raptors, like this, Toronto's going home. So it might be Danny Green might have another 6 for 8 3-point situation. Van Vliet may go off and snap again. And then you got to deal with Kawhi Leonard going for having another 30-plus game. He might go for 40. He's been amazing this finals. He's been amazing this postseason. So I want to see, one, if Kevin Durant is even healthy enough to play, and 2, how much of an impact he's actually going to have. How rusty he's going to be. Are they going to give him are they going to let him take over the game like they've done in finals before? Like, what's the wrinkle going to be? So that's it. That's all I really got. This is a short one, but it's just, I'm amazed that Toronto was able to do this. I'm surprised at Toronto. I didn't know that they were this good until during the regular season. I guess I wasn't paying much attention until the finals got here. Not the finals, until the playoffs got here, and how they were able to, just take over series, specifically with Kawhi Leonard. Because there were series in the Eastern Conference where it was basically Kawhi Leonard and nobody else. And now it's like Kawhi Leonard is doing his thing, and then you got Siakam on some games, or you have like Serge Ibaka with 20 points. Van Vliet will have a game. Kyle Lowry is having a renaissance series in this finals with his defensive ability, his passing skills, and so forth. Gasol has been important. This entire team in the finals has made sure Kawhi Leonard has had some help. Whereas everybody's just kind of, whereas with Golden State it goes, everybody's just kind of hoping that Steph and Clay have crazy shooting games and KD's going to come and rescue them. Whereas just like, they're not just with Toronto, they're not just relying on Kawhi Leonard to save them. Kawhi Leonard's doing it anyway, but it seems like there's a lot balance. As a team, there's a lot more balance with the Raptors than it is with the Warriors. But anyway, that's my quick reaction to what's going on with the finals. And I will definitely see you guys Monday. Later.